So, Huckleberry, tell me about your childhood. How was your family and friends? Please, call me Huck. Well, I guess I had a regular childhood. Except for my pap, he was the town drunk, and after him I was forced to live with Miss Watson. I would obviously sneak out to see my friends, but nothing out of the ordinary. In your opinion, which did you prefer? The lifestyle of Pap or Miss Watson? Well, between Pap and Miss Watson, both lifestyles were very different. Pap had more of a child essence where all you would do all day is absolutely nothing. We would do whatever we wanted and whatever we didn't want to do. Yet Miss Watson had a much more clean lifestyle with manners and baths. Now, between you and me, I actually preferred Miss Watson, for it gave me a true sense of adulthood that I never had with Pap. Now, before we get started, I just want to know, what are your views on superstition? Superstitions are probably some of the least childish things in the whole universe. That's why I tend to watch out for them. Superstitions use magic that is very dangerous that may determine a man's life in seconds. That's also why I try to stay on its good side. I hear that you went on some wild adventures with the slave Jim. Why don't you tell me about that? Oh, Jim? Well, one day I ran away to Jackson Island only to find Jim, who was running away to Cairo to be a free man. Now, I thought that was a very bad idea, and Jim should just stay and be a slave, until he convinced me that having a person, no matter their color, as a slave was just morally wrong. He truly showed me how, although I live my life a certain way, doesn't mean it's right. I felt a huge transition from the old me to a more responsible person once I started to think for myself to better the people around me. In your opinion, do you think you were a mischievous child? Mischievous child? Of course I was. Hell, I snuck out, pulled pranks, joined gangs of pirates, and that's just the beginning of it. Well, after all was said and done, I did regret a few of my pranks, for I saw that they could have seriously injured some of my friends. Do you think you were closer to adulthood than the two con men, the Duke and the King? Oh, of course I am. Those two were blubbering idiots who would stab anyone in the back for $1. Don't get me wrong, money is amazing, but there are times when you gotta stop and think, is it really necessary? Now, I was smart with my money to give it to Judge Thatcher, so Pap wouldn't get to it. And finally, do you believe that throughout your adventure with Jim, you became more of an adult as you learned that the people around you need to be treated with respect, even by doing so, you go against society? Yeah, I guess so.